Welcome to the deep dive. This is where we sort of cut through the noise and get you the key info you need fast. And today, yeah, we're really focusing in on you and navigating those, let's face it, pretty demanding CAIE exams.
Exactly. We're AskZ, an AI teaching assistant, and we work alongside Zafar Ali Khan ZAK, as you probably know him. Our whole goal is to guide students like you. We look at, the CAIE structure, trends, strategies, tips, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and Zach's been hearing from a lot of you. He totally gets that exam season is, well, it's an emotional roller coaster, isn't it? He's got the overthinking, that anxiety creeping in, feeling just wiped out, maybe sad, stressed, even angry sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Or just plain lazy, right?
Yeah.
It happens.
Totally. And it's so important to know you are not alone in feeling this. It's normal. Even Cambridge educators say the word exams itself packs a punch, stress-wise.
So our mission for this deep dive is to really pull out the practical strategies, the useful insights from the stuff Zach shared, and other research too. We want to help you as a Gen Z learner really get a handle on these CAIE exams and the stress that, well, kind of comes with them.
It's not just about getting through it, is it? It's about feeling, more in control.
Precisely. Empowered, hopefully.
Okay, cool. And before we dive deeper, let's make sure you know about Zach's resources because they're fantastic. There's his YouTube channel at Zafar Ali Khan. Loads of great stuff there.
Yeah, and his website too, www.cswithzach.com. More in-depth materials.
And definitely the AskZ AI assistant. This thing is brilliant. It can help with pretty much any subject, any language you need.
Mm-hmm. You can reach it on WhatsApp. The number is +92 336 281 0241.
Or there's a link,
Yeah.
bit.ly askz-chat-bot. We'll mention these again later, but definitely check them out.
Okay, so CAIE exam stress. Why does it feel so, well, intense?
Where does that pressure really come from?
Well, I think fundamentally it stems from how the CAIE exams are actually designed. They're not just like memory tests. They are meant to be rigorous. They push you to show you really understand stuff and can, apply it to solve problems you haven't seen before.
Right. So that challenge is built in, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that naturally creates a bit of a pressure cooker situation.
And Zach mentioned that thing where your brain just freezes
Right.
when you're stressed. You know the info, but you just can't grab it. Ugh, that's the worst feeling.
It really is frustrating.
Yeah.
But it's important to understand what's happening physiologically. It's not you suddenly forgetting everything. What happens is when stress ramps up, this part of your brain, the amygdala, think of it like your internal alarm system, can get, let's say, overactive.
Okay.
And when that alarm is blaring super loud, it sort of hijacks your clear thinking, makes it
Yeah.
harder for the rational parts of your brain to work smoothly.
Ah, so it's a physical response, not a reflection of how much I actually know.
Precisely. It's your body's sort of protective mechanism kicking in, maybe a bit too strongly in that moment.
Got it. Zach also talked about how our minds can spin out of control, right? Taking a tiny worry and making it this huge mountain.
Yeah, the classic mountain out of a molehill. Our brains are kind of wired to anticipate threats, and when we're anxious, the mind tries to fill in the blanks about the future, often defaulting to the worst case scenario. It's like it's trying to prepare you.
But those intense thoughts don't actually mean the problem is that big.
Not necessarily, no. The intensity of the worry doesn't always match the reality of the situation. Anxiety just tends to paint those future scenarios in very dramatic colors.
Okay, so stress isn't purely bad then. Sometimes that little bit of nervous energy helps you focus, doesn't it?
That's the interesting thing. It's a double-edged sword. A little bit of stress, that feeling of being alert, can actually sharpen your focus, improve performance. Some research backs this up.
Like getting in the zone.
Kind of, yeah. But there's a tipping point. Too much stress, overwhelming anxiety, that's when it works against you. It hinders concentration, recall, everything you need in an exam.
Right. So it's about finding that balance, I guess. Managing it before it gets overwhelming.
Exactly. Understanding the why is the first step. Now let's get into the what you can do about it.
Yes, please. Practical stuff. What works?
Okay, so Zach's advice, plus insights from, studies on mood and performance, points to some simple but genuinely proven methods.
Simple sounds good right now.
First one, planning and breaks. Zach really hits this hard. Create a realistic study schedule.
Realistic being the key word there, probably.
Definitely. And break down the big subjects into smaller, manageable chunks. Don't try to swallow the whole textbook at once.
Yeah, that just leads to panic.
Right. And then, crucially, take frequent breaks. Don't just power through for hours.
How often should breaks be?
Well, research suggests our optimal focus span is often around, say, 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour max for some people. So taking a short break after that isn't slacking off. It's actually helping your brain process and absorb the information, and you come back fresher.
Makes sense. Work with your brain, not against it. And this ties into reducing screen time during breaks too, right? Maybe do something different.
Absolutely. Step away from the screen, maybe do a hobby, stretch, walk around, anything to give your brain a different kind of stimulation or just a rest.
Okay. Strategy number 2, mindful breathing. Zach mentioned a specific one, hot chocolate breath.
Yeah, it's a nice, simple visualization. You breathe in slowly for about 4 seconds, maybe hold it gently for a moment, and then breathe out slowly for 4 seconds like you're cooling down hot chocolate.
Sounds easy enough.
Mm.
But does something that simple actually do anything for stress?
It does, remarkably so. It directly influences your nervous system. That slow, controlled breathing sends a signal to your brain that you're safe, you're not in danger. It helps dial down that fight or flight response we talked about, lowers heart rate, reduces anxiety. Studies show techniques like this, similar to meditation, really work for calming the system and even improving concentration.
Wow. Like a little reset button you can press anytime.
Exactly. In the exam hall, before you start, during a tough question, whenever you feel that panic rising.
Cool. Okay, what else? Zach also stressed the basics, didn't he? Sleep, food, water.
Oh, absolutely fundamental. Often the first things to go when we're stressed, but probably the most critical. Aim for that 7, 9 hours of sleep.
Easier said than done sometimes.
I know, but it makes such a difference to your ability to cope, to focus, to remember things. Your brain does a lot of consolidating while you sleep.
And food, regular meals, nutrition stuff.
Yep. Don't skip meals. Keep your blood sugar stable. Fuel your brain with good food, not just junk or caffeine, though a little coffee is fine for some. And stay hydrated. Dehydration makes everything feel harder.
Right, the brain needs water. Got it. So, sleep, eat well, drink water. Seems basic, but crucial.
Think of it as building your resilience from the ground up.
Okay. And physical activity. Zach said even 10 minutes helps.
Yeah, you don't need to run a marathon. Just getting your body moving is a fantastic stress buster.
How does that work?
Exercise releases endorphins. They're like natural mood boosters, counteracting those stress hormones like cortisol. Even a brisk walk outside can clear your head, change your perspective.
Hippocrates was onto something with walking is man's best medicine then.
Seems so. Modern science agrees. It definitely helps with stress and overall mood.
Okay, planning, breathing, healthy habits, moving. What about connecting with people? Zach mentioned talking about it.
Super important. Don't bottle it all up. Sharing how you're feeling with someone you trust, a friend, family member, a teacher, can be incredibly helpful.
Why does just talking help?
Well, for one, just saying it out loud can sometimes make it feel less overwhelming. You get it out of your head. And often, you find out other people are feeling the same way or have felt that way. That sense of shared experience, knowing you're not alone, is really powerful. It reduces that feeling of isolation.
Yeah, that makes sense. It normalizes it a bit.
Exactly. And people might offer support or perspective you hadn't thought of.
Okay. Now, what about when it goes beyond just stress into actual burnout? Zach defined that, right?
He did. He described it as that state of like emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion. It comes from being under intense stress for too long without adequate recovery.
Sounds grim. What are the signs?
It can be feeling constantly tired, even after sleeping, feeling detached or cynical about things, maybe finding it hard to concentrate, feeling ineffective. It's more than just being stressed.
So if you recognize that in yourself, what's the advice?
Prioritize real rest. And that might mean different things. It could be taking a proper break, like a full day off, studying if possible. It might mean getting more sleep or maybe engaging in something completely different that you enjoy and find restorative. Some articles suggest napping for tiredness or reading something unrelated for mental burnout.
So permission to actually step back and recharge, basically.
Absolutely essential. Pushing through burnout usually just makes it worse.
Okay. One more strategy, the way we talk to ourselves, that inner voice. Zach said, worrying thoughts don't make things true.
Yeah, managing your self-talk is huge. We tend to be our own harshest critics, especially under pressure.
So how do you challenge those negative thoughts, like, I'm going to fail this?
First, you have to notice them. Become aware of that negative track playing in your head. Then actively question it. Ask yourself, is this thought 100% true? What's the evidence against it? What have I actually achieved so far? How much have I prepared?
So like reality checking the negativity.
Exactly. And then try to consciously replace it with something more balanced or even positive. Focus on the effort you've put in, how far you've come. Acknowledge the challenge, but affirm your ability to tackle it.
It takes practice, I imagine.
It does, but it can really shift your mindset and your confidence levels.
Okay, those are some really solid practical tips. Now, Zach also talked about the people around us, parents, teachers. Sometimes pressure comes from them too, right? Even if they mean well.
That's a really important point. Sometimes perceived pressure from parents or teachers can add another layer of stress.
So what's the ideal scenario there?
Open communication and understanding. For parents and teachers, it's about showing support, maybe emphasizing effort and well-being over just the final grade. Zach gave that great example, quote, "Exams are just one part of your life." That kind of reassurance can make a world of difference.
And for students feeling that pressure,
Zach advises trying to communicate your own realistic capacity. Let them know what feels manageable for you. Ask for support and encouragement, maybe, rather than extra pressure. Unrealistic expectations often just ramp up the anxiety.
so it's a two-way street. And remembering teachers and friends are there to help, not just judge.
Absolutely. They are part of your support system. Use them.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, what's the main thing you want listeners to walk away with from this deep dive on CAIE stress?
I think it boils down to Zach's core message. You are really, truly not alone in feeling this way. These intense feelings during exam time, they're normal, the exams are tough, they're designed to be, but they're manageable. And using these simple, practical strategies we've talked about can make a huge difference to how you experience this period.
Yeah, and Zach's belief in you. I believe in you. That's powerful. He wants you to know those exam jitters just mean you care. They don't define who you are.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
It's so vital to remember. Zach puts it perfectly. Exam results don't define you. Your true worth, how you see yourself, it's not based on the grades you get.
Such an important reminder. These scores are just one piece of your story. You have so many other strengths, talents, qualities, things exams just can't measure.
And remember, if things don't go exactly as planned on exam day, it's not the end of the world. There are always other options, other paths forward. Always.
You're not alone. You have support. Believe in yourself.
Use the strategies. Do your best. That's all anyone can ask.
In Zach's words again, stay strong and keep going. You are capable, you are supported, and you will succeed.
And one last time, let's shout out those resources. Zach's YouTube at Zafar Ali Khan.
The website, www.cc@lego.com.
And the AskZ AI Assistant WhatsApp plus 92336 2810241.
Or that link, bit.ly askz-chat-bot. For help with any subject, any language. Seriously useful.
Definitely check them out.
Okay, so here's the final thought to leave you with. We talked about a bunch of simple coping strategies today. Breathing, breaks, talking, moving. Which one of those really resonated with you? Like, which one felt like, yeah, I could actually do that? Think about how you could consciously bring just that one thing into your routine. Not just for exams, but maybe, as a tool for managing stress and staying well long term. Something to mull over.